Hi, Todd. Thank you. Federal officials investigating that plane crash that killed the Maine game warden earlier this week.
It happened on Tuesday in the town of Avon, just north of Farmington. The Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife says the Federal Aviation Administration and National Transportation Safety Board are now at the scene. A spokesperson for the NTSB says investigators are documenting the site and examining the airplane. They will be looking into recordings of any air traffic control communications, also witness statements, maintenance records of the plane, and a 72-hour review of Joshua Tibbetts to identify any factors that may have impaired his ability to safely operate the plane. One woman who says she saw the plane before it crashed says it definitely looked like it was flying in an unusual way.
It definitely seemed like it was struggling. It was very windy, like so windy that like driving down Route 4 is 55 and you could feel it in your car. And I glanced away for about 60 seconds and when I looked back, it was gone. And I asked my little one, like, where'd the plane go? And she said it went into the mountain.
The NTSB spokesperson says an initial report is expected within 30 days. The final report could take up to 2 years to complete. Vice President J.D. Vance is coming to Maine today.
Vice President J.D. Vance is coming to Maine today. He says he'll campaign with former Governor Paul LePage, who is running to represent Maine's 2nd congressional district. Vance also expected to talk about a new initiative from the Trump administration to crack down on fraud in federal health programs. Yesterday, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services announced a 6-month pause on all new Medicare enrollments by providers of hospice and home care. Any providers who are already enrolled should not be affected here. The agency also says $1.3 billion in Medicaid reimbursements to California have been deferred over fraud concerns. Vice President Vance claims that fraud is widespread.
We are going to very aggressively encourage the states to take Medicare fraud more seriously. For those states that refuse to get serious about fraud, we are going to turn off that anti-fraud money. And if we continue to find problems, we can turn off other resources within their state Medicaid programs as well.
Now, Vance says the White House has, in his words, an open heart to working with Governor Mills on the issue of fraud in Maine. Vance expected to speak about 12:30 at the Bangor International Airport. Democrats have announced plans to have some counter events around the same time as Vance's remarks.
Senator Susan Collins is seeking more federal assistance in combating illegal marijuana operations here in Maine. The Department of Homeland Security says these grow houses often originate from China and produce more than $4 billion in illegal revenue. During a federal law agency's budget hearing, Collins pushed FBI Director Kash Patel and leaders of the DEA about their efforts to combat these operations. Patel says since last year, Homeland Security and the FBI have set up nearly 60 hubs nationwide to target the grow houses. Collins explained why she thinks federal assistance is necessary in Maine.
Federal support has been critical to track money laundering, which is often linked to these operations, and in providing interpreter services to question individuals who are arrested, who often appear to have been trafficked and forced to work and live at these sites.
DEA Administrator Terrence Cole told Collins that agents looking into these illegal operations have seized nearly 32,000 plants in 44 different searches around Maine alone.
We are less than 1 month away from the June primaries, and CENTER Maine is hosting a Democratic gubernatorial debate tonight. That Republican debate was last night. You can see the full thing by going to our new CENTER Maine streaming app. Also have an entire recap of the debate on our website. You can see the Democratic debate 7 o'clock tonight on New CENTER Maine and on our streaming app as well. And if you want to take a closer look at any of the candidates, we do have profiles of all of them by going to our website as well.